park's globally rare savanna ecosystem by reducing the number of exotic plants, preventing the spread of invading shrubs and trees, and improving habitat for species at risk. The burn lasts until April 15th. Transit Windsor is on the hunt for a new West End terminal. The current terminal on College Avenue is an isolated location which offers little in amenities to the riders. We talked to Steve Haggert, the planning manager at Transit Windsor, at why their proposed new location makes sense.
It's a more visible site. It's more inclusive. You're at a healthcare facility. It's a fare generator. It's a draw. It's a public institution. So those are things that we try to look for when we try to locate. Transit terminals.
The proposed new location is at the Hotel du Grace healthcare site on Huron Church. The third session of the 41st Parliament has its throne speech this afternoon. In its first 2 sessions, the government has put measures in place to create fair workplaces with a $15 minimum wage, has taken steps towards universal pharmacare, and making college and university more accessible with free tuition. The government will continue to debate on bills before the legislature. The legislation aims to eliminate the gender pay gap and a transformation of the corrections system. A Canadian data expert has blown the whistle on a data company which misused personal information from Facebook users. Reported to the CBC's The National, Christopher Wiley said the data company Cambridge Analytica was able to profile more than 50 million Americans using psychological surveys conducted on Facebook. Wiley said, "I need to speak out now because I have seen the impact this company has had and think people should know how it works." Cambridge Analytica's statement in response says they fully comply with Facebook's terms of services. Russia has unanimously voted for Vladimir Putin to extend his leadership of the country in Sunday's presidential election. Putin, who will be serving his 4th term as Russian president, won with 76.7% of the 99.8% of the counted votes, according to Central Election Commission data. Communist Party candidate Pavel Grudinin finished second in voting, winning only 11.79% of the vote. Putin called for unity during his victory speech at Moscow's Manzanaya Square near the Kremlin in below freezing temperatures.
In the crowd saying, "We are your team," and I was very pleased. I said, "I'm also a member of our team. I would like to preserve this team in the years to come. I want us all to work together for Russia, for our country." Thank you very much.
Putin, who was first elected as Russian president in the year 2000, will continue in power until 2024, when he will have to step down by law. Now turning to weather, today we will have a mix of sun and clouds and a high of 5 degrees carrying over throughout a mainly sunny Tuesday. The clouds join us again on Wednesday with a 1 degree drop to 4 in temperature. Things start to look up a bit on Thursday with a 3-point rise in temperature, which will hold at 7 degrees over Friday, where sunny skies will greet the weekend. But don't get too excited. Saturday's forecast calls for a chance of flurries to go with the drop to 3 degrees. The temperature will double on Sunday, with sunny skies bringing the temperature back up to 6 degrees to finish up the weekend. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Todd Shearon, and we'll be back at 11 a.m. with more headline news.